So you want to quit your job and start a YouTube channel. Well, before you make this decision, make sure to watch this video because I will show you how much income you can generate from a YouTube channel. So let's get started. Okay, so in this video, I'm just going to put facts and show you how long it will take you to generate the equivalent of the average salary in the UK, which is £30,000 per year, and see how long it will take you to get to this number from YouTube. So what I will consider in this example is two main sources of revenues. The first one is the revenues from ads, so basically AdSense, and the second one is the revenues from affiliate marketing. Of course, there are other sources of revenues that you can generate from YouTube, but to make this example simple, we will just focus on these two. Regarding revenues from ads, my assumptions will be based on two main parameters. The first one is what we call the cost per mil, which is basically the dollar value for every 1,000 views. And the second one will be basically the number of views that you generated in a particular year. So this one will be calculated based on a set of assumptions that we will see later on. For revenues from affiliate marketing, they will be based on two parameters as well. The first one is the margin that you generate from every product sold through your channel. And the second one is the number of products sold through your channel. And it will be basically a multiplication of the two. I put together here a simple table with the projected revenues up to 2030. Let me interrupt the video. If you want to know how to build simple and dynamic Excel models, I made a video on that, so make sure to subscribe to my channel and watch it. Now, let's get back to it. So before estimating any revenue, we will first estimate the growth of our number of subscribers. So for that, I made the assumption that I will have 1,000 subscribers in the first year, which is kind of reasonable. And then I will just grow this number by a factor of 2 every year. Basically, I'm just doubling my subscribers every year. Now we will just drag this formula up to 2030. And we can see that in this example, by 2030, we have 250,000 subscribers. Okay, so now I want to use this number to estimate the total number of views that I will have per year. And these will be split into, the first one is the total number of views for new videos, and the second one is the additional views that are coming from the previous videos. So in this example, my total number of views for new videos will be the new videos that I created in a specific year multiplied by the number of views per video on average. And this number, I will link it to my number of subscribers using a ratio of views per subscriber. So in our case, we are estimating that we create 40 videos per year, which is less than one video per week. Then we multiply this number by our number of subscribers, and then we multiply this number again by the ratio of views per subscriber. So in this case, we have a cumulative 20,000 views in the first year. That goes up to 5 million views per year by 2030. Now we want to estimate the additional views for old videos. So basically what I did here is created three assumptions that every video created will generate 50% of the views in the next year, 25% in the year after, and then 10% in the year after. So what we want to do in practice is that, for example, for year one, we want to see these number of views shifted by 1 year and then multiplied by our ratio, which is 50%. Then for year two, we want them to be shifted by 2 years and multiplied by 25%. And in the third year, we want them to be shifted by 3 years and multiplied by 10%. So for that, I will use a formula called offset, which helps me get the value that is before or after a specific year. So here I will put offset. I will select this, and I have to enter two arguments, the position compared to this one in the rows, and then the position compared to this one in the columns. So for the rows, I want to use the same row, so I will put 0. And for the columns, I want it to give me the value of the previous year So I will just put -1, which will make the formula go back by 1 column. And then I will close my formula. So as you can see, the formula will give me now this value. So of course, if I multiply this by my 50%, it will give me an error because you cannot multiply a number with a text. So what I want to do is actually add a formula called if error, and then you put the value that you want. And if there is an error, you also choose the value that you want. And in our case, if there is an error, we want it to show 0. So now I will just drag my formula. And as you can see, we have the values that are shifted by 1 year and then divided by 2. So I will do the same for year 2 and year 3. We have our views that are generated from the old videos in this model. So now what I will do here is just calculate the sum of these three, which will give me the consolidated additional views from old videos. And I will drag it by 2030. And here I can calculate my total number of views, which is this number plus this number. And I will also drag it by 2030. Okay, so now that we have this line, we can calculate our revenues from ads by multiplying this number by the cost per mil. So it will be just 20,000 multiplied by 4. And of course, don't forget to divide by 1,000 because this is the cost per 1,000 views. So in reality, with YouTube, you only start generating revenues when you monetize your channel, which means that you have more than 1,000 subscribers. So in this case, in reality, you will not receive any revenue in year 1, but the number is so small that we can just forget about it. So as you can see in this example, even if you reach 250,000 subscribers and you make 5 million views per year, you are still a little bit far from the average income in the UK. So now let's add the second bucket of revenues, which is coming from affiliate marketing. So the first thing that we will calculate here is the margin that you make per sale. So generally, you will put a product that costs a certain price. Let's assume it's £500. And this product will give you a margin. So let's assume that in your contract, you have a 20% margin for every sale that goes through your channel. So you will make a £100 for each sale that goes through your channel. Then what we will assume is a very conservative assumption on the number of viewers who will buy your product. And basically, we will assume that 0.05% of viewers will buy your product. So this number, I will just multiply it by my number of views here. And then I will just drag this up to 2030. Now, what you will effectively generate is basically the product of these two. And then you can drag it up to 2030. Okay, so as you can see here, things can become interesting. If we calculate the total revenues that you can generate from your YouTube channel, combining both ads and revenues from affiliate, then you can go up to more than £350,000 per year, which is a very big number, but it's also realistic. So a lot of YouTubers make a lot of money from YouTube and not from ads, actually. So if we add some formatting here and we highlight only cells that are greater than, let's put them in green, cells that are greater than £30,000, then as you can see, you need at least 5 or 6 years to start generating something that is greater than the average income in the UK. And this will be mostly driven by affiliate marketing, or at least not from ads. So of course, these numbers are only reflecting the assumptions that I took. But if you think about it, it can be a very long journey in the beginning, but once it starts growing, it becomes exponential. And if you are planning to start a YouTube channel, I hope that this video gave you an idea on how long you will need to put effort before you start making a decent amount of money from YouTube. So as you can see, it's not that easy to succeed in YouTube. So imagine that you started 5 years ago. Maybe today you would have the ability to quit your job. So as they say, the best time to start a YouTube channel was 10 years ago, but the second best time is now.